Right, everyone, welcome for qualifying. And I found my video that I did. Just like a younger version of me. Not the upgraded version that we have now. We're ready for Monaco. Qualify. Can't wait. Welcome, Chaya. Welcome, Eric. Hope you're doing great. Yeah, so that's Anthony Nogues, you can see there. I'm not sure this video ever came out. To edit this whole video, did it never come out? I don't remember that video coming out. So yeah, we are ready for qualifying. And I'm excited to see. Well, I think Kimi's going to get it, but anything can happen at Monaco. That's the thing. That's the beauty of Monaco, for sure. Doesn't it very familiar? What, Monaco? What's changed? I don't think too much has changed, to be honest. I think they're going to build better pits, but those are all temporary structures anyway. They don't stay up. Try hopes Kimi gets pole. I think Kimi's going to get pole. I think Kimi's going to get pole by like 3/10. I reckon. If you ask me. Thank you, Eric. Hope you're enjoying them both. Hope you appreciate the big Xbox shirt I'm wearing there then. Zoom forward. Can I zoom forward? Oh, I can. I think I probably walked the whole track. That's crazy this never came out. Down here now. That is the start-finish line, right? That may have changed. Obviously, the sponsorships have changed because is it Rolex now, or is it back to Tag Heuer? Was it Rolex and it's gone back again? I'm losing track of sponsors. So that's the pit exit, and that's the race. That race control building's permanent. I'm pretty sure. I've been in there. Show you where Behrman crashed. This is turn 1. That's the pit exit through turn 1. So the pit exit goes through the inside of turn 1. Welcome, Sue. Sneaky, most dudes I paid Forza Motorsport 7. Yeah, 7 was better than 6, right? Although 7 the online lobbies I didn't understand. It's just chaos as well. Absolute chaos. This is why I say Monaco's great to just go. Like, this must be like probably like a Saturday evening or something. I don't know, maybe Friday evening during the Grand Prix weekend. It's just carnage. You can walk everywhere. By the way, 10 minutes to go till qualifying starts. Oh, this is this grandstand I was letting you know about, where it says just platforms. That's it. Just platforms there. If it goes further down, you can be like right next to the same height as the cars.
Keep trying.
I love that little curb there. See, those yachts normally are backed up to the side of the thing, but this year they're not. Who's that? Is that a driver? Welcome, Esro Clo Lucky. Who's this guy on the right hand side? Oh no, he's not. He's F1 experiences. It's crazy that this is a Formula 1 circuit. Absolute madness, in my opinion. I think this bit is... Actually, I don't even think it's closed to all cars. I just think no one drives down there. Kimmy's got his bell, helmet, string bag filled with dry ice, I think. Thanks, Shire. So I don't know what to call this chicane other than turn 11, isn't it? 10 and 11. I don't know the official name. But I love this as well. So that track limits is just so arbitrary. Or like there's no... It's just paint. There's no gravel. There's no like sausage or anything. I think there's a sausage on the first bit. Ah, so there's Rolex and Tag Heuer. There's a sausage. Which I literally like drill into the tarmac. Yeah, that orange barrier. Just aim for it. Get the F1 car through here. Because Kimmy just ate this curb earlier like it was nothing in FP3. There's a vending machine down the right side. Which I think is normally probably for like staff of the yachts. Love this curb as well, like riding this curb. Oh, good to see you, Kip. Hope you're doing well. Let us know how things are going. You didn't have access to your PlayStation, right? Last race at Montreal. Must be odd to walk there on any other day and realise that the exact same street. Yeah. I reckon it's pretty cool. Yeah, I love that curb. And the tunnel. What am I doing? Why am I inside the tunnel? No need. The tunnel's cool because it's way more curved than you expect. Even on the map, it doesn't look like it should be curved that much, but it is. Welcome, Size X. Good to see you as well. Yeah, I'm in the danger zone now. I'm going to get run over by these bicycles. That's all changed here now because that's all land being reclaimed. So this all looks different. The Aston DBX. So Ferrari, is that a 296 down there? Looks like a 296 maybe. That's not the tunnel. Was that a 296? If it was a 296, I'm going to walk over to it. Where is it? No. Unconfirmed. Unconfirmed. Ah, hairpin. I just love the curbs here. Honestly, one of the most iconic corners, I think, in motorsport. Got the internet now, nice.
Oh, sick.
Maybe get the livery project back up and running. Is that me? What was that sound? Just moving my keyboard, it sounded like the world was ending. Our driver's moving to the end of the pits, by the way. There's still 5 minutes to go, and it looks like drivers might be moving to the end of the pit lane, which is kind of a little bit crazy. People, it looks like they're in neutral. Maybe just showing transponder. Welcome, Dukes. Good to see you. It's like there's two of me here. It's like we got the live reporter. Yeah, I could stand there all day. I could stand there all day with a camera and just talk about cars. Oh, the 765 LT, is it? Is it the LT? Anyone know whether that's the LT or not? Oh, is that doesn't have... Did the other one have the wing up, just like pressed up? Is that a Clio? No, just 720S, okay. I was wrong on most of that car then. Got a question on podium pedals. Yeah, I wouldn't the clutch. I wouldn't get the curved one to me. I just get two normal pedal set. But even then, I'm not sure how much better they're going to be than V3s. To be honest, it's more if you've got the money and you want to have something that looks really nice. I don't think they're gonna. They're obviously nice, but I don't think they're going to be, if you really drilled into it, like worth the money over V3s. I lost those glasses, unfortunately. Lost them in Berlin, on the grid. Are people queuing or not? I don't know. Well, there's 3 minutes to go. I'll let that loop. Where should I let that loop? Where should we put? Where do we put? Oh no. Where do we put? Where do we put this then? Where do we put this? Maybe there? There's nothing really going on there. Oh, that alignment is so bad. You can't have an alignment like that on this stream. Ugh. Okay, we'll leave it like that. We'll leave it like that. Pretty cool. Yeah, track temp has shot up. Track temp earlier was saying 28 degrees. Like, I said that's really low for track temp. Is that track temp? One of those track temps can't be right. I don't think it's gone up 20 degrees. I don't think that's right. You're telling me that track is 47 degrees? I don't believe it. I don't believe everything I read. I don't believe that. What do you think, chat? Do you think the track temp is 47? Surely that can't be right. Surely there's a dodgy sensor somewhere. Welcome to Rena James. Good to see you again. Long time. Fastest lap to Lewis Hamilton, 1 minute 12.9. Didn't Kimi go faster than that already? Did he do 1 minute 12.7 in FP3? Could go pretty fast between cloudy and sunny. What, track temp? Yeah, but I don't... 20 degrees? Like, that's a fifth of what it takes to make water freeze and boil. I'm not sure. Yeah, FP3 Kimi just went rogue, did an absolutely insane lap. New dispute. Well, you let me know what you think in the chat. The stat says 46 degrees track temp, but I don't buy it. Welcome, Martin Harmson again. Quinn Jackson, probably not that hot on average. If it was like 50-degree track temp, I'm sorry, there's no way it's 46-degree track temp. There's no way. If I'm racing at Bathurst, it might be like 50 degree. So 55-degree track temp will kill my tyres. There's no way that's 46 degree. So you can touch the ground and it's going to be like what's a warm bath? Isn't a warm bath like 36 degrees? Welcome, Rowan Laidlaw. Click what ChatGPT says. Speed of change, asphalt temperatures. Ask ChatGPT whether Monaco track temp can be 47 degrees if the air temp is 24 degrees. See, Sizex says 28 degrees. I don't believe it's 47 degrees. I don't believe it. And I wonder if that's like from an official sensor, and actually that's going to plug into some of the teams' like models, and it's going to completely mess people up. Because that ain't. I don't believe that's 47 degrees. You know, when I saw it earlier at 28, I was like, oh, 28 is pretty cold track temp. It wouldn't surprise me if the track temp is 31 degrees or something. I'd be like, okay, it's 31 degree track temp. But 47.2? No. 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 Right, cars are out on circuit, by the way. Looks like Behrman's car's been fixed. Maybe Fahrenheit. Oh, it's a whole... Do you remember when they built that spaceship and like the Europeans built a bit? It smashed into Mars at like 1,000,000 miles an hour. Because it was in like kilometers an hour or something. Cars on track. Welcome, Spaceman. Oh, I have to update the chat. Q1 underway. Size X air temp 2017-27. What's that from? Right, who's going to be setting our first lap? Who's going to be doing first lap? Verstappen's still in the pits, by the way. I'm not expecting too much from Verstappen, to be honest with you. Some celebrity in the grandstand. Kim Kardashian. Okay, so Perez was actually first out of the pits then, first lap time, 1 minute 20, not... Well, you don't know with Cadillac whether it's representative or not, frankly. Rumours that Bottas is going to be replaced at Cadillac, because he's just like... He's not doing a very good job in a not very good car. Chai says everyone on sauce are pretty fast lap times incoming. Let's see who's going to get down to the... Is it 121.7? No, what am I talking about? What was the fastest lap time? 1 minute 12.7. From Kimi in FP3. So everyone looks like they're just kind of... Maybe warming up tyres, even, potentially. Maybe warming up tyres. Welcome, Cellphone Dude 626. Good morning, brother. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much. Chai saying... Hamilton was on the radio saying Leclerc backing into me. Ooh. Yeah, let's see if Hamilton can get a pole here. It's definitely possible. We could be about to see a Hamilton pole position. I'm sure. Right, everyone, let's do a nations chat. I know Vlatka's not here for this one, so someone do it on Vlatka's behalf. We can let Vlatka know tomorrow. Let us know where in the world you're watching from, as Verstappen does tardily now leave the pit lane. A bit late. Liam Lawson looks like the first driver who's actually putting the hammer down properly. 19.8. I'd expect to see low 19s, maybe even an 18 first sector potentially for someone. Liam in the chat saying Hamilton with P4. SizeX first saying London, UK. Remember, let us know in the chat where you're watching from, where in the world. Lando also with a fast first sector, 19.6. Michael watching from Australia. Don Barracuda from the West Midlands. Philip Kritzinger from South Africa, supporting Max. Clickrock from Netherlands. SVR Lucky from Croatia. Keep an eye on those first sectors. Charles Leclerc also setting a fast first sector there. But like I said, I'd expect to see 19.1s. Pierre Gasly had a moment at Casino, it seems. Not really. Frozen North, hello from Minneapolis. Chaya from Netherlands. Rowan from South Africa. And Martin from the Netherlands. South Africa and Netherlands looking pretty strong here. Cell phone from California though. There goes Lando with a 14.2, but again, nothing really representative yet. Hajar, mate, that's the worst prep ever. Come on, what are we doing? Don't know what or who Hajar's complaining about there. Maybe to his engineer or something. Dare I say, is not necessarily in the right headspace. Chai saying he sounds furious. So Leclerc 14.1. So the lap times are coming down, but I don't think any lap time yet is necessarily going to get you through. Oh, I don't know. Both Astons and both Cadillacs, I'd be very surprised if either of them get through Q1. And that didn't look like it was necessarily going to be the case before this weekend, because people thought, oh, okay, maybe it'll be a bit more equalised, but the weakness of those cars won't show as much at a circuit like Monaco, but it doesn't seem to be the case. They seem to be terrible here as well. Welcome user from Cyprus and Giovanni from Italy. We don't normally have good Italian representation, but it must be because I'm wearing the Ferrari today. Ooh, Verstappen was getting out of the way at Anthony Noakes. Chai says, I'm surprised Aston Martin even participating. Yeah, Lance Stroll was saying the gearbox just doesn't work, which is weird because don't they make the gearbox? Wouldn't it be better to blame just everything on Honda? Welcome Miss Lig, I'm guessing from Australia. Am I a fan of the cars this year? It's Formula 1, the cars change. I mean, Monaco's Monaco. Driving Monaco in anything is exhilarating, so I'm not one of these people that's like snobby about the cars. But we were saying in the FP3 stream, by the way, if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe so you get notifications, because we had a good chat about a lot of stuff in FP3, and I was saying like, oh, I haven't felt the desire to go out and book a trip to watch an F1 race. Why is that? We kind of worked it out. It's testing for Aston Martin. This whole season, they've expanded the concept of the pre-season test. 10 minutes to go, FP1. See, Giovanni likes so much. Giovanni, subscribe. That's what we'd like to see. Hit the like button as well. Let's get to 10 billion likes. Looks like the chat is not working, by the way, so I might just crop that up a little bit. There we go. Leclerc 13.3. It's interesting that the lap times are coming down kind of gradually. Did Verstappen do what I said was going to happen? So Verstappen, I think on a fast lap, caught, interestingly, a RB. He caught an RB. Welcome, Yansu. Nice one, user as well. He caught an RB. That's why he slowed down before Anthony Noakes. So Verstappen will be furious. Although he did get a fast lap in last time around. So he probably aborted there and then went straight again. Which is interesting because with the way the batteries worked previously, I'm not sure you could do that. But now, with the way you harvest so much, I think you can. I mean, I can see the... Going back to the question about the cars, do I like the cars? I can see the concept of the cars, which is there's so much harvesting that you don't need to have harvest laps. And there's going to be teething problems. I think just F1 hasn't positioned didn't position itself correctly leading up to this, saying this is gonna be a big change. It's gonna be risky. Like, it's gonna be a new unknown. We're really pushing the limits. Like, you know, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be exciting. I think F1 was maybe a bit overconfident about it, saying, "Oh, the show will be the same." It's like, I think in the past there wasn't much. There wasn't so much protection about that. It's like, oh, it'll be what it is. Like, we'll try stuff. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. I think all the teams trying stuff in the past years gone by.
Okay, crack on.
So Leclerc on provisionally fast at the moment, but let's take a look down. Let your eyes gaze down to the depths of the leaderboard, and you'll see there, as Verstappen goes even fast, takes half a second off. Bottas, Stroll, Perez, Alonso, Colapinto, he's been doing really well this season, and George Russell, who's about to get out of that drop zone. Let's see where George Russell goes. Faster or slower than Antonelli? A lot slower. Only P10 for George Russell, who I would say looks like he's crumbling a little bit. He looks like he's crumbling, dare I say. And you can see on the footage here, that is the turn 10, turn 11 chicane after the tunnel, which is absolutely critical for the lap. Absolutely critical. And it all happens so quickly. You're coming in, it's a really difficult braking zone, downhill, awkward, flattens out. See drivers locking up there. And then you've got to swap hands so quickly. Oh my goodness, Kimi Antonelli just went through it and so close to hitting the barriers on the outside. Oh my goodness, I think Kimi may have actually clipped the barriers on the outside of back. And meanwhile, George Russell has a huge moment in between Casino and the hairpin, that escape road where people go, where Nico Rosberg parked his car. He had a huge moment, almost looked like he was going to go down there, but then turned in. So 6 minutes to go. Like I predicted, seems like we're going to lose both Astons and both Cadillacs. But then who else? The Alpines are really struggling. Gasly's just gone around again, but hasn't improved. Colapinto is going to improve, though, I would say. Let's see what Colapinto does here. Goes through Raskas. Through Anthony Nogues. Let's see what he does now. Over the line for Colapinto. Colapinto goes 14th, so he's out of the drop zone for the moment. The 6 cars are going to get relegated here out of qualifying. Antonelli on the push lap. Antonelli is definitely on a push lap. Wouldn't surprise me if Antonelli crashes out in qualifying. I just think he has one speed and it's go. And I've raced a lot with drivers like that in my time. Very quick, but only one speed. Because they need, that's how they operate. It's like jet engines only operate at high RPM or whatever. Like, they only operate if they're pushing the limit every single corner. 13.59 for Kimi, but Verstappen just sneaks in there and goes second. So Verstappen's been improving lap over lap. Antonelli, meanwhile, did have a lap time deleted at turn 8. What was he doing at turn 8? Don't know how you can... oh, turn 1 lap 8. Okay. Maybe it was not a pushed lap and he just got out of the way. If Verstappen is the one Anthony took up to... I mean, Verstappen obviously does... Verstappen is a very sophisticated driver. I'm not sure I'd put Verstappen in that. Or maybe I would. I don't know. So I feel like Verstappen's the only way this goes, well, yeah, maybe. And if that's the case, then this season is going to be very difficult for him, like, mentally. So Leclerc improves and goes fastest again. So Leclerc looking good. Has won here, has poled here. Nelson, the light police say, oh, the light police have arrived. Nelson, can you make sure that we get to 100 likes? So 3.5 minutes to go. Alonso has improved. That won't get him out of the drop zone. However, he is 15.3. He's not too far off if he can keep improving on that. So Ocon goes 12th. Verstappen's in the pits, Hadjar's in the pits. Maybe the Red Bulls feel like they've done enough. As Russell improves but only goes 14.2. Hamilton improves as well but stays P5. Hülkenberg all the way up there in the Audi, so there's obviously a lot of variance in the lap times. Which is great to see at Monaco. Drivers are pushing it. I'll keep an eye on Albon. There we go. Albon P9. So Albon's out of the drop zone. And now let's keep an eye on Colapinto. Because who are going to be the other drivers that join the Astons and the Cadillacs in the knockout? As Bottas goes over and does improve, but is only P19. Perez, 14.7, goes 17. So there's still big variance there at the bottom. That's half a second off Ocon. Yeah, Hülkenberg with a big lap there. Oh, red flag, red flag, red flag. Bortoletto. I think it's the Audi of Bortoletto. I reckon he has, I'm going to predict, let me take you to this in the video. I'm going to predict that he's hit the sausage curb at turn 10 and has gone off. In fact, I think that's what's happened. I predict, oh, he's hit, has he hit the orange curb on the way in? Let's have a look. Let me try and show you. See this curb on the right? Oh no, the orange curb just on the entry. I reckon he might have hit that. Looks like suspension failure. So this is exactly where Bortoletto's gone off. On the right hand side there, where those two people are walking. So he came out of the tunnel. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, you know what? He may have just grazed that. Yeah, he may have just grazed that orange. You'll see a bit of orange on the left-hand side. It signifies like the last bit of There you go. See that orange there, where the Ferrari people are walking. I think he's just clipped that ever so gently, but because the speed he's coming in is so high, it's broken his suspension, and then he's turned. And he's hit the wall. Now, weirdly, it's not a big impact into the wall, which is quite strange. You'd feel like you're coming. I think by that stage you've decelerated so much, but he's still carrying speed. It's a weird one. Sneaks it out Alfonso for the win. Yeah, so he's hit that. See that orange bit there? That's exactly what he's hit. So they have to recover his car. It's 2 minutes 11 to remain. So let's say you're queuing. Not everyone's going to make this through. Let's say you're queuing at the end of the pit lane when it opens. So if I'm Carlos Sainz, I get queuing right now, I reckon.
Full concentration, anything can happen still.
Can you get around in 2 minute 11? Yes. Yes, you can. But not everyone's going to get around, basically. You're not going to get 22 cars around in 2 minute 11. So if I'm Carlos Sainz or Oliver Behrman, basically, if you're Lindblad... Okay, Bortoletto's going to be out now, so only one more driver. This is me assuming that both Cadillacs and Astons are going to get dropped, by the way. But I think the driver who gets knocked out here is going to be the driver that doesn't make it out of the pits. Looks like Sainz's engine is on, and maybe he's moving. If you're Sainz, you've got to go now. You've got to go now and be first in the queue. And you could even play cheeky games and do drive as slow as you're allowed to.
Keep trying.
Could you get around before the black-white flag if you're at the back of the pit lane? When you say black-white flag, do you mean the one lap to go? I don't think you will. That's caffeine? The setup with the set up with the video. BNS have been waiting for times like this. Verstappen versus Leclerc. Let's go. Yeah, so I think everyone's queuing. It looks like Sainz might be at the front of the queue. I'm not sure. Who's at the front? It looks like a Williams to me. I can't quite see. Session will resume in 3 minutes, by the way. So session will resume in 3. F1X upload the pic of the exact curb. Oh, curbstone. Is it curbstone or is it that orange one there? Because I thought he just... It looks like he grazes it at most. Oh, is that what it's officially called? Nouvelle Chicane. Okay, cool. I'm surprised more cars aren't queuing here. But Bortoletto's going to be out. In fact, Bortoletto might not be out. Hang on, how do I explain this? Bortoletto might not be in the top 6, but he might also be out. So how does this work for the top 6? Are we going to see 7 drivers eliminated, basically? Is that what's going to happen? New camera angle. Okay. I think I moved it slightly when I was doing Forza stuff to show more of the wheel. So 1 minute to go. We think. You know when drivers are like walking back with their helmet on? I don't know if the comms still work when they do that, if that's why you do it. Do you get a debrief? But I would love to take my helmet off in those situations. Also get, you know, for a driver like Bortoletto, gets his face out there. Everyone's queuing up. This is not going to be pretty. I don't think some drivers are going to make it.
Keep your head down.
There's too many people queuing. Also, I wonder if some people are going to be in the queue who don't need to be. Like, is that Hulkenberg in the queue? Why is Hulkenberg in the queue? I don't. Everyone. No one's. Not everyone's going to make it. So Perez actually was at the front, which was weird. I didn't think it was Cadillac. Okay, Perez and Bottas are out. It could work out for them. Could work out for Perez. Because he's not that far off Ocon, actually. And that would get him safe. Ocon's also in the queue. Gasly, Behrman, Alfonso, Sainz, Albon. I'm not sure. I'm not sure anyone from now is going to make it. They're just going to be traffic. They're just going to be traffic for the front runners. I don't know what Piastri's doing here. Bro. There's no way Hadjar's making that. Absolutely no chance. This is just a nonsense now. I don't even think Lindblad's making it. One minute to go. So there's going to be so much traffic, and it's going to be stacked. This is going to get ugly. This is going to get ugly. I think, does Colapinto know he's not making it? Or is Colapinto playing silly games? Is Colapinto basically slowing Lindblad? And Stroll? 30 seconds to go. Fernando Goat Alonso. 20 seconds to go. Yeah, Colapinto ain't making it. So the question is, they should all really box. Now, Sainz is going to make it, and Albon is just about going to make it as well. So they're all going to make it. But Stroll's out, because for some reason they didn't get Stroll out early enough, which is insane. Why Colapinto hasn't boxed, I've no idea. Makes no sense.
Sick. Focus on the right head.
So that was a bit of a waste for those other drivers, as I predicted. We should run our own F1 team. Lawson stopped in the pits. Right, so let's see. So what's Perez saying? I'm not even sure that it's going to matter too much here. No one's... Well, Bottas is maybe improving. No, Perez is aborted. Maybe he made a mistake. Bottas. No, I'm not sure this is going to make any difference. So I think if you're Oliver Behrman, this has been terrible for Behrman. Unless Behrman can improve. But Behrman's going to get knocked out here. Ocon's lucky. Yeah, Behrman's out. So, really bad from Behrman. Unlucky. It's a bad situation, bad outcome. Oh, was Sainz down there? Did I miss Sainz being down there? Because Ocon, Perez, Behrman, Bottas, Alfonso and Stroll are out. So there we go. And Bortoletto's out as well. I didn't realise Sainz was so low down there. So Sainz has knocked out Ocon. So no one in... Sainz was the only driver to improve. So fair play to Sainz. Fair play to Sainz. To be fair. That's impressive. That's impressive. That was pretty clutch from Sainz. But the rest of them, they're all out. They're all out. It's done now. And Bortoletta's going to be out, so it's going to be one drop spot's already taken for Q2, basically. Did Behrman make a mistake? Oh, looked like Behrman might have had a moment. Oh yeah, Behrman had a moment around to back going into swimming pool chicane. Yeah, not good for the Aston Martins, to say the least. 1 minute 16 dead for Stroll. 3 seconds off, basically. Not good at all. Williams, though, looking decent. Alpine have looked good so far this season in qualifying, but not looking amazing here. The RB's not looking great. And how on earth can Hulkenberg be P6? Bortoletta's out. Lawson car stopped for some reason in the pit lane. Is that a potential disqualification then, or are they able to recover it? Welcome, Golden. Good to see you. 1,000 people watching right now around the world. You can see on the left hand side, that is the Monaco circuit. So if you've got any questions, let me know. Next up is going to be Q2, the second part of qualifying. And in Q2, it's only going to be the top 10 who survive. So anything can happen here. I'd expect there to be some scalps because there's going to be traffic. It looks like the way the batteries and the tyres are working that you need to kind of like do a few laps. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some big scalps. Okay, 4 minutes till start of Q2. Am I in Monaco? Oh, no, I'm not in Monaco right now. Although in FP3 we had a viewer watching who's from Monaco. There's a guy I sat next to when I was at the Autosport Awards earlier this year with Lando. So I sat next to this guy on the table who actually announced my award. And he last year he went to every F1 race, but like on a budget, which I've done in Monaco. I've made a video on that. In fact, did this video? I must have made some videos on Monaco. I think it was years ago though, when the channel was much smaller. But yeah, he's done that. He's gone to a race, so I could have done that also. I could have been like, oh, I want to go to these races. But we were saying in the FP3 stream, I just haven't felt the desire really to go to a race like I used to. Like I used to really like going to races. That might be because I am lucky that I get invited these days every so often to go to races. But I think part of it is that I don't think Formula 1 has the mystique it used to. Like 20 years ago, if you said you were going to Formula 1, it was seriously cool. Like the cars were sponsored by cigarette companies and alcohol companies, and like the sport was dangerous and it was genuinely cool, and like the cars were so noisy, and I think the sport is like, there's so much attention on sport now, it's lost some of that mystique. But I think this is a much better way to follow it than being sat in that grandstand. Which is maybe what they want. So I did all the hype at Aston Martin for season side. To be fair, I didn't really feel any hype, but I'd be interested to see like where the hype was, because that is a big fall from grace. Yeah, Bortoleto. The crazy thing is, by the way, if I show you this orange, if I show you where Bortoleto crashed, if see that UBS sign is like the one on the left hand side. There's literally a marshal. We still streaming? There's literally a marshal who stands there, which is crazy, crazy faith in that barrier. Crazy faith. Welcome, Fanton. Aston Martin Masterclass. Yeah, we might have a short. We might have a short on that one. Might have to get out the Aston Martin top again. Hopefully this stream's okay. Looks like my OBS just like flicked on and off, but it's working seamlessly on my side, which is great. User sitting in Monaco and watching this. I thought you were in Cyprus. Hey, I thought you were in Cyprus. Let us know where you're watching from. Chai says, fun fact, the drivers who are out are just from 3 teams. Yeah. Not good. Well, no, that's not correct. There's actually 4 teams. I'm on the stats today. Captain Algren. Captain Algren. First season, 20 years, not watching. Are the cars with new engine power rules any good? They're not that much different to last year. It's just a progression of like the cars are, if you compare them 20 years ago, they're quite a bit quieter. The racing's different, etc. I thought there's a yacht out in the sea with their 3 massive cannons on it. Like it's from Final Fantasy. 4 teams, yeah. Bortoleto is out. Yeah, Bortoleto's out. There's a massive yacht out at sea, and I thought it had 3. I thought it was like the what's that ship in World War II? The Bismarck. Was it the Bismarck? Like all the Allies were terrified about. Like you didn't even want to go out to sea if you thought the Bismarck might be anywhere near you. Looked like the Bismarck is out, just coming into Monte Carlo as Q2 is underway. The Alpines are out first. Verstappen's out as well. I feel like I'm being tested. I'm being tested on the track temps, which I didn't believe it was 47. And I was like, I don't believe that. I'm being tested on the how many teams knocked out. I'm being tested on where user-SBAMO1ZX9W's for, and I remembered. So I feel like I'm in like, come on, you got to try harder. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, ain't nobody gonna fool me again, or whatever the saying is. What's the exact saying there? Yeah, will he be out? Surely he should be out in Q1. I reckon that's a graphic error. Or maybe it's not. No, he should be if you've caused a red flag. Davina James, only 20 thumbs up. Smash the button. Go, George. Thank you. Sainz almost bumped into him when coming out the box. Bumped into the mechanical, bumped into Verstappen. Both Mercedes being released as well. Right, Gasly will be the first to set a lap time here. Yeah, it looks like Carlos Sainz has been noted for an unsafe release. Gasly's going to hit the traffic of Hadjar and Oscar Piastri as well. Let's see what happens here. Who are the scalps going to be? We'd expect both Mercedes, both Ferraris. And after that, I mean, the Red Bulls don't know necessarily. The McLarens don't know. What's Hulkenberg going to do? Sainz and Verstappen were going out the box at almost the exact same time. Oh dear. The ex-teammates at Toro Rosso. Chai BRB need to help upload BF's IKEA haul. New desk. Sounds exciting. Let's see those first sectors. Who's going to be down in the 19s? Or is it going to be another slow start? Martin also not from Cyprus. Anyone else in chat not from Cyprus? Let us know. Leclerc with a 19.7 first sector there. Obviously, we'll know these roads. Just like Lando Norris lives in Monaco. That's where their home is. Welcome, Adavs. Good to see you. Max Verstappen is not from Cyprus also. Okay, so Gasly went over a while ago, actually got 20.2. So none of these are going to be near cut-off, actually. Verstappen, meanwhile, that's the first sector I've seen in anger, really. 19.2 first sector for Verstappen. Then would have had to overtake Sainz, I think. Callum, who's crashing first on Sunday? I don't know. No further investigation for Sainz, by the way. That's been quickly investigated and very quickly dismissed as well. As Charles Leclerc does a 1 minute 18.8. Now we're getting closer. Now we're getting closer, but keep an eye on Verstappen here. Leclerc with a very fast first sector as well, 19.2. Verstappen also very quick. So let's see what Verstappen's going to do. Potential fastest lap for Verstappen, yes. 1 minute 17.5, but yeah, so, oh, Colapinto was there. 17.596. What's going on here? Lap time's been deleted? Because Charles Leclerc hasn't set his lap time yet, so now those fast laps are coming in. Remember, 1 minute 12.7 was what we saw from Kimi a few hours ago in FP3. 1 minute 12.7. So to be half a second off that from Verstappen, I think is very good. Now Leclerc's going to go through Rascasse and Antinogues and go over the line. Let's see what happens there. So here comes Leclerc. He'll be followed by Hamilton. So Leclerc goes fastest, 12.9. That's also a quick lap. Now let's see Hamilton as well. And then we'll have Piastri. So Hamilton goes second, 13 dead. So just a tenth and a bit off. Meanwhile, Piastri goes second now, 13 dead also. A little bit quicker than Hamilton. Isaac Hadjar, 13.1. Lando Norris is on a quick lap. A very quick lap. Goes fastest, 12.9. Just quicker than Charles Leclerc by 100th. Nothing doing for Gasly. And no improvement in position for Colapinto. Russell can only go 7th. That's a very interesting lap from George Russell. Because he's almost a second off. And Kimi goes fastest, 12.7 again. Same as what he did in FP3. So Kimi Anthony, let me know in the chat, by the way, who you think is going to get pole. I was going to say who you're supporting. But let me know who you think is going to get pole position. I just find that gap between Kimi and Russell absolutely fascinating. You saying Leclerc, Adav saying Charles. Verstappen with a 19 dead. I was questioning whether we get some 18 first sectors. That's a very quick first sector for Verstappen. Must have absolutely annihilated turn 1. So keep an eye on Verstappen here, because not a lot of other people on push laps. In fact, I think a load of other people are going to come into the pits. So Verstappen on a very interesting strategy here. 34.5 middle sector is not shabby either. So let's keep an eye on Verstappen. This could be a generational lap, dare I say. Russell's holding back. Yeah, I mean, Russell holding back, I think, is a story of the season. Right, Verstappen goes second, but very close from Verstappen. Very close. Looks like he could maybe sneak a pole position here. But remember, we're in Q2 at the moment. If you're wondering what we're doing, if you want a little refresher of where we are. So in the middle part of qualifying, almost exactly right in the middle, actually. 7.5 minutes to go in Q2. This bit of qualifying is about finding the top 10 fastest drivers. So in 7.5 minutes, the flag will come down, people will finish their laps, and we'll see who's in the top 10. And then we'll go into Q3, which will be the shootout for the top 10. Do make sure to hit the like button, by the way, if you're enjoying the stream. And make sure to subscribe as well. Really helps me out. Completely free. Welcome, Diga. Yeah, big lap from Verstappen there. Big old lap. Let's cast our eyes downwards again to the middle of the leaderboard and see what's going on there. So we're looking at 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th. We've got both Alpines and both Williams and one RB in the shape of Lindblad. So let's see what happens there. Thanks, user. Appreciate it. And people circulating on track now. Verstappen saying L. Is that L for legend? Remember, we could see another red flag again at some point, and that would throw the cat amongst the pigeons. I'm not sure why a lot of those drivers are boxing. I don't understand why those drivers are boxing now. Did they really do laps? Were they literally scrubbing tyres or something? So I don't fully understand that. As Charles Leclerc was on a fly, by the way. 12.7. So Charles Leclerc has improved and slotted himself in between Antonio Verstappen, because Antonelli also improved, by the way. And that was a very quick first sector from Charles, 19 dead. Captain says Kimi being so aggressive can make Monaco way more interesting. Yeah. I wouldn't want to be George Russell ahead of Kimi Antonelli at Monaco. Put it like that. Bernard Law saying George can do this. Okay. Welcome, Rob Vienendal, as well. Good to have you on board. As 5 minutes to go in qualifying. I wonder if Piastri is about to start a flying lap. If so, let's see. Lando is not on a flying lap. Different strategies from the McLarens here. George Russell comes out the pits. Anthony comes out the pits as well. So very different stints from a lot of the drivers here, actually. Curiously. What's Piastri saying? 19.289 first sector. Not too shabby. Serena says hopefully Charles wins like in 2022. He didn't win in 22, did he? I thought he won in 24. Do you not win in 24? I thought he won in 24. I thought 22 Perez won. Because I was there. Wasn't it there? Isn't that 22? Was that 23 or 24? I can't remember. I can't remember. It was 24, yeah. God, I'm being tested so much today. Okay, so Piastri did a 13 dead. Just behind Lando. A lot of cars out on circuit now. If there was to be a red flag right now, it'd be very interesting because it would be a similar situation potentially to what we saw in Q1. Colapinto's on a fast lap already. Who can tell me in a chat comment for the last 5 years the winners of the Monaco GP? Jumped in the pool, not jumped in the sea. Bit of a difference. Okay, Gasly's on a fast lap as well, 90.379. At the moment it's about a 2 second sprint. Welcome Ishan IRL 795. Colapinto's lap 13.995 is not going to be good enough. And Gasly 13.7, so I'm not sure, although he's P9, I'm not sure the Alpines have what it takes here. It's been another pit lane incident. Lando, Charles, Max. Lando won last year. Charles in 24. Max, Perez, Max, yeah. Exactly. Lando, Charles, Max, Perez, Max. There we go. Okay, who's on a fast lap right now? Liam Lawson's on a fast lap, but I don't think that's going to cut it. Serena keeps messing up years. It's only 2 years. What's 2 years between friends? Can we talk about Russell? We can certainly talk about Russell. He should be on a flying lap now, but that first sector... Let's see. First sector, 19.3. So not the best first sector in the world. Meanwhile, Lando didn't have a good first sector either, 19.4. Piastri's on another fast lap, 19.1. Pretty good. Liam Lawson set some purple sectors in Sector 1. What's Lawson's first sector going to be saying? 19.2. That's pretty quick for an RB. That looks like a top 10 pace for me, I would say. There we go, Verstappen, 18.9. That's what you call a Sector 1, and Antonelli as well. So Antonelli and Verstappen just behind him on circuit. They're driving right now where you can see me on the camera on this side, wherever it is, up here. If you want to know what it looks like. Is Antonelli going to get around without hitting traffic? Oh, because it's Charles Leclerc lining up for start lap. He is as well. Oh my goodness, traffic avoidance here. Antonelli, I think maybe back... No, I'm not sure. He's only a bit slow. What about Verstappen though? Verstappen goes... for 12.499 from Verstappen. That's the fastest ever lap we've seen at Monaco by Max Verstappen in a very average Red Bull. That's absolutely insane. That's insane. Russell doesn't improve. Russell's a bit vulnerable here, dare I say. Dare I say. Hadjar goes P3, so is Russell going to be vulnerable? 13.2? Oh, not sure. I mean, Lawson's close, so maybe Lindblad could get there. Checker flag torn down, so people are going to finish laps. Colapinto can't improve. So maybe he's got lucky here by virtue of people not finishing laps, but just doesn't... Given that car and what Anthony's doing with it, Russell just doesn't clearly have the confidence. Catches him, Max slamming it out once again. That's a big lap from Max Verstappen. That's a big statement. That will have caused some conversation on the pit lane, I'm sure. Chat, let's do another nations chat. Let us know where in the world you want. That time I buffered. That time I buffered. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch my connections over. Should have done that earlier. I'm going to switch my connections. So... Or should I not? How bad was the buffer? Is it worth doing it? Is it worth doing it? $5 now, not for 5 seconds. Yeah, not 5 seconds. Because if I switch it over, it might be like, ah. Well, I've got it here in case I need to. We'll switch over for tomorrow because we are streaming tomorrow as well for the race. That live stream is up. Yeah, actually get that playing as the preview. Right, let me catch up on this nations check. So, Netherlands, Roden Netherlands, Captain Cumbria, Esreliki Croatia, Paddy from Ireland, Snowline, welcome back Snowline from Canada, good to see you. Marpins from Brazil. Welcome Maurizio and Ray Barrow as well. Michael's happy for Lawson. So that Verstappen lap I reckon is going to be talk of the town because I'm not sure Kimi can beat that. So the only question is whether Max can do that again. Welcome Ricky Thorpe from Jamaica, good to see you. I don't think Kimi can beat that. So it's kind of like it's Max versus Max. I think it's Max versus Max at the moment. Michael says phenomenal lap from Max. In fact, let me ask you guys, what do you think? Do you think Kimi can beat a 12.499? Chai wants to see a duel between Anthony and Verstappen. I think we are going to see that. We should get 2 bites of the cherry if it's going to be traditional, but the drivers are beating so many laps this year. I don't think Kimi can go faster than 0.499. If Kimi can go faster, it's almost like the Mercedes has sandbagged a bit and they're coming to give him a bit extra. Dark says no, he may crash trying to. Welcome Igor from Slovakia. Welcome Barney. Yo bro, how are you doing? Not too bad, thanks. Anyone know the fastest F1 lap in Monaco outside of races? Because it's a 12.7 last... What was the pole lap last year, Fernando? Welcome Shrey, good to see you. Chris says George is overrated and it's showing. Captain, going to be interesting to see Kimi versus Max. Both can make massive moves, but I think Max has the experience. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, I'm glad that I'm around this weekend, because if this is a 1-2 on the grid between Kimi and Max, that's very exciting for tomorrow. Like, that's kind of unmissable, I would say. And that's not normally how we think about Monaco. I'd say it's even more exciting if Kimi's behind, because I just... So what was up with Lindblad in the pits? Not entirely sure. I think they were rotating Albon's car around in front of Lindblad, and Lindblad almost ran over a few mechanics. So no big deal. Ayrton says, I'm going to go eat until Q3 starts. Well, you got 2 minutes. What are you going to eat? A knick-knack? Welcome Jay, Ricky, Ego as well. Ishan says Antonelli versus Verstappen could possibly be a good entertaining fight. Yeah. If you think back to Montreal, what we saw with Kimi and George, that was very exciting. Colin says 109.95. Really? What? Is that confirmed? 109? Welcome Veronica Valatikova. Welcome along from Slovakia. Because I'm good with my flags, right? I'm being tested today, or did I get that wrong? Captain, you can't overtake Monaco, and Kimi took that personally. I think we could see a move at Monaco that we've never seen before if Kimi's got to get some done. Davina says, how people can say George isn't that good as a fool. I don't understand the salivating hatred towards him. I really don't. You can't... People... Sometimes you can't explain it, but... And this is for people in the public eye and stuff. Whether it's celebrities or sports people or politicians or whatnot. You can't explain it, but sometimes stuff just... An opinion just like coalesces. And sometimes the formation of that opinion can be encouraged by certain people, outlets or whatnot. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who don't like George Russell. You could call it... I wouldn't call it a salivating hatred. I'd call it maybe salivated sneering. Like, there's a lot of people who are very happy when it doesn't go well for George Russell. By the way, we are underway in Q3. Roblox says hello from Czech Republic. Good to see you. Ishan says Leclerc for Hamilton Brosades Ferrari edition. Nelson says fastest time in Monaco last year was 1 minute 13 landing. Yeah, but was that the fastest lap is often taken from the race, not what the fastest time was the whole weekend, which is a bit confusing. Chai is saying F1 fast lap Monaco was Hamilton 2021. 1 at 12.9. Well, so we've already smashed that. Shoji it says hello from Poland. Goodness me, I'm being tested. Test me with some more flags. Test me with some more flags. I wanna see where I slip up, where my knowledge needs to be improved. Bears Beats says I'm eating ice cream right now. It's barely 8 in the morning. I love being an adult. See, when you're a child, you're told that you can't you can't have ice cream whenever you want or whatever. But when you're an adult, you can do whatever you want. Look at me having a Coca-Cola here. Welcome, Kim. Hello from S. I don't know where S is, though. Kenny from Jamaica. Igor confirming in qualifying it was 109.954 for Norris' fastest lap. That's 3... I've got 2 madly different stats here. Madly different stats. Okay, so Piastri, not a particularly fast sector. Norris, not a particularly fast first sector. But they might be building up to it. Colin confirming Lando Norris last year qualified with a 109.954. Okay, there we go, it's confirmed. Ed says, for me it's night because I'm from the Maldives. It's okay though because you're in the Maldives, which is probably quite nice. Welcome, Barnard, as well. Right, let's get back to the racing here because Leclerc first sector 19.7, not particularly quick. Norris 19.5, not particularly quick either. Remember, Max did a 1 minute 18 first sector, which is what really kind of got our attention, let's put it like that. So is it technically going to be a lap from Piastri? It's technically a lap, but it's not really. And Lando, technically a lap, but remember we've just seen a 1 minute 12.5, which is 7 seconds quicker than these. So it's interesting how this year you have to do warm-up laps. That's actually very interesting, Formula 1. Like Formula 1, we've been used to in qualifying, your out lap is the warm-up lap. You do a flying lap and then you come in next lap. And all of the timings and stuff have like worked around that. But now it seems that you need to kind of like just go around and lap, which is interesting. I'd love to identify what the specific causes of that are. I think it's quite confusing for viewers because before it was like, okay, he's finishing his out lap, he's about to start his flying lap, and that would make sense at the circuit as well because he's like, oh, I saw this first time I seen him, he's on out lap. Second time, he's coming now, he must be flying, and then you don't know that he's actually 5 seconds off the pace. So probably no one's ever thought about that before, said it. I don't know, maybe they have. First time I thought about it. Right, Lando 1 minute 12.7 and Piastri 12.9. So 12.765, very McLaren number that. I like that. Just add an LT on the end of it. Is that going to be enough for front row? Potentially. Potentially could be. If Max and Kimi mess up. Well, maybe not now, because Hamilton has done a hammer time 1 minute 12.5, just slightly off that rapid lap from Verstappen earlier. So this is going to be interesting. Verstappen with a massive first sector as well. Let's see George Russell coming over. Doesn't look to be too quick. No, it's not at all. He's a second off. Well, not second off, but here's Antonelli. 12.3, so I was wrong. He's gone faster than the 499. 12.3 from Kimi. Surely we're not going to see 11s here. Flag quiz. Whoa. Barbados? Is Barbados colours, but doesn't have the little spear thing. Verstappen, oh my days. That might be revised. 1,000th of a second between Kimi, Antonelli and Verstappen. 1,000th of a second. That, because that could be rounded, right? 1,000. Do you know how long? Look at this video here. Look how long it takes me to walk this circuit. And they do it in 1,000ths within each other. It doesn't make any sense. Surely the Formula 1's not real. Surely this is some sort of simulation, because how could you have two completely different teams with two completely different engines and two completely different drivers working for years to create something, and they go head to head and they do this whole circuit here within 1,000th of a second? It doesn't... That cannot be right. That can't be right. can't be right. It can't be that close. It doesn't make any sense. Unless this is the ultimate realization of like competition. Like if everyone is working as hard as they can. Oh man. That's closer than the 100-meter sprint. And the 100-meter sprint is just blokes or ladies, but it's just sprinters. Like, and they're not within they're not within 1,000th. And that's just 100 meters. This is like bolts and nuts and carbon fiber and pedals and springs and pistons and oil and petrol and active aero opening and closing and carbon fiber steering wheels. Doesn't make any sense how it can be 1,000th of a second. I almost don't believe it. It took me so long to walk around this track, and I can't even stop. Like, this is a second, right? Do I have a timer anywhere? Yeah, this is a second. So, add 1,000 things in between that. Add 1,000 things. You don't make any sense. Anyone follow me or not? Add 1,000 things, and that's the difference in time. Ugh. Rowan, I'm almost as fearful of Anthony Verstappen first corner. Well, let's see. 5 minutes to go. Leclerc's coming out now. So Leclerc's coming out on an interesting strap. Is Leclerc going to get a lap here, pit and go out again or something? Isham follows me. It's crazy, innit? There we go. It's crazy, innit? Shai says, yeah, you're perfectly clear. It's almost impossible to feel that. I think it is impossible. I think it is impossible for a human to feel like I'm pretty... Well, hang on. I'm pretty... Milliseconds. Because I do a lot of computer stuff, like testing monitors and things. And like... Ah... Someone let me know, if you have 60 frames a second, what's the difference going from if you have 60 frames a second, how long is every frame in milliseconds? And then what's the difference in 120? Because I can perceive 120 over 60, but how many milliseconds is that? You can feel 30 milliseconds lag. I can feel 30 milliseconds lag, yeah. Yeah, give me a flag quiz as well, just clear my brains. My brain's all messed up now. My brain's just all messed up. Okay, maybe I can feel 16 milliseconds. This guy can't wrap his head around 0. Well, I can't. I can't because I've been there and I've... anyway. You're thinking the wrong way. This is why I never achieved my academic goals. I don't know what flag that is. Soweto? Okay, so 3 minutes to go. And we're about to see the drivers go on their fast laps. So Hamilton, Verstappen. Verstappen's going to be early on a fast lap. Leclerc's already on a fast lap here. Brunei. Bit of traffic to deal with for Leclerc. 19 dead first sector. I don't think that's going to cut it really on the front row. As harsh as that sounds. Verstappen is battling with Hamilton. What's going on there? Why are they battling? What's going on with Verstappen and Hamilton? That seems utterly bizarre. Leclerc, purple sector, sector 2. If you're a Tifosi, fingers crossed right now. Fingers crossed in the chat. Charles Leclerc goes fastest 12.351. Is that a 16 milliseconds difference? Leclerc goes fastest. Oh my goodness, and it wasn't the best first sector in the world, but that middle sector was a beast. I think maybe he got a slipstream in the tunnel or something. Charles Leclerc provisionally fastest here, and possession is 9/10 of the law, as they say. So Lando's going to start his lap now. Verstappen is going to start his lap after bantering with Hamilton. Or I could see some red flags now. If there's a red flag come out, Charles Leclerc. I don't know what flag that is. Welcome, Malta Oldag. You've gone to level 100 on flags now. You just skipped like 99 levels. With like endgame boss flags. Okay, Hamilton starts his flying lap. So Lawson and Gasly, no. Lando Norris, similar first sector to Charles Leclerc, was on pole here last year. Misty Shark says, let's go. Eagle says, come on, Leclerc. Come on, put your support for your driver in the chat right now. Now's the time. Put the name of the driver in the chat that you want to get a pole position here. Gasly's going to go over 13.2. Oh, Verstappen first sector. 18.8 for Verstappen. 18.8 for Verstappen. And he's got a clear run. Piastri goes 5th. He's done. Lando aborts. It's not good. Looking good for McLaren. Verstappen then. All eyes on Verstappen. 34.1. All eyes on Verstappen. Hamilton looking quick as well. And where's Kimi? Is Kimi going to make a mistake? Here goes Verstappen, surely provisionally fastest. Yes. 12 dead for Verstappen. Oh my god, are we going to see an 11 lap time here? It's hammer time. It's not hammer time. It's not hammer time. That is a ridiculous lap from Verstappen. That is an absurd lap. That is a scary lap from Verstappen. That is a crazy lap for Verstappen. Russell only P6. Kimi, I don't think is gonna... I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think Kimi's gonna get this done. I remember Leclerc is still... Yellow flag, yellow flag, yellow flag. Gasly maybe. Antonelli gets it! P1 for Antonelli. So it is Antonelli P1, Verstappen P2, and Leclerc is going to be denied the opportunity to compete here, but I don't think it matters because his second sector wasn't on it, and I don't know what the yellow flag has happened for, but it could be Leclerc himself, maybe, I don't know. But Leclerc was maybe going to get a few more positions, actually, even if he wasn't going to get a pole. So Hamilton qualifies ahead of Leclerc. So Leclerc's cutting chicanes now. Maybe Leclerc has some damage. Maybe Leclerc grazed it looks like maybe a right rear puncture for Leclerc. Right rear puncture for Leclerc. So maybe just swung that back end out on the Ferrari and hit the wall. Remember shades of when he got pole previously and the gearbox just cracked? Oh yeah, to back. So he came into back end washed out and hit the rear. So it was Leclerc on that lap. That's probably why he got that half a second off, actually, because that's second 2 there. Oh, I think a lot of emotions for Leclerc there because he was provisionally fastest at one point and probably could have been there or thereabouts. So yeah, Leclerc hit the wall. Kimi on pole. Dangerously close to a 1 minute 11 lap there. Dangerously close. Leclerc, they'll have to check that car. Hopefully no repeat of, I think, was it 22 maybe, or whenever he got. Russell mentally broken. I don't know what's going on with Boy George at the moment. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Anyway, chat, what do you make of that qualifying? 2,000 people watching. What do you make of what we've seen here? Really exciting qualifying, by the way. That was properly fun. I like that. That's been the best qualifying this year. That's been a lot of fun. Quite like that. It didn't. That's the first. Just to explain myself, this is the first qualifying it's felt this year where it hasn't been car led. It's felt driver led. I'm like, Leclerc's on a quick lap here. Leclerc's looking quick. Kimi's on a quick lap. I'm not saying on the Mercedes is like OP because George can't drive it seems, But Antonelli's looking quick. Verstappen's looking quick. And I like that. I like when it's more about drivers. Clickrock says, hope the race will be good too. We'll be back here tomorrow for the race, by the way. Sammy and Max showing his class again. Red Surf says, best of 26. Silver Cyclist, Kimmy all the way. Ishan, I have a feeling this isn't going to be a very boring Monaco. I agree. A few years ago, obviously there were lots of calls for Monaco to be removed from the calendar. I personally feel like people just misunderstood Monaco. Like, a Formula 1 season without Monaco is like going to Pizza Hut and not getting that ice cream fun factory thing. The main point of going to Pizza Hut is not the ice cream fun factory, but it's... Oh, Mohammed Ben Sulayem on the ground. Ben Sulayem is there. He's giving some advice to Kimi. He's also hit the wall. Ah! Is that Toto with his son? Sitting on his lap? Reminds me as a new dad. I spend lots of times now with my baby on my lap, watching old Formula 1 highlights. So I'm used to that. Welcome Yulia Dergay as well. Gorgeous George's hair is all over the place. Oh, what's George Russell going to make about it? Thanks, Red Serve. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Unfortunately, guys, I released... You know what? I'm going to put it here. I released a video yesterday of... I went to Monaco and I got loads of drivers to give tips on how to drive. And we released it yesterday after a year. Went out, paid someone to edit it. Editor did a really good job. Released it yesterday, and it was just the worst video we've ever had on the channel. So we took the tough decision. We had to unlist it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in the chat now. So if you want to see me more of that, basically, it's here. It's unlisted. Unfortunately, just the way YouTube works, I can't afford to have failures. It's brutal. It's the most brutal. Imagine like one bad race from a drive and you're like, sorry mate, yeah, you're done. We're deleting you. But anyway, go and see that video if you want to. Thanks Samir. Thanks for Rowan as well. Little one is doing great. Fantastic. It'll be a race soon, I'm sure. Vishnator's got an explanation for me. At Formula 1... Oh, it did hit your algorithm. Tell me the honest, because I didn't know how to present it. It's like, it's a sim racing video, but it's also like real drivers. They're Formula 1 drivers, but they're now driving Formula E, so it's like, oh. At Formula 1 top speeds, 1,000 per second, only about 10 centimetres. So if two cars finish 0.001 seconds apart, the winner is ahead by roughly the width of an adult hand. I find it crazy from many different perspectives. One perspective is obviously myself as a racing driver. I'm like... Because I look at deltas all the time. Like, when I'm racing, I'm looking at a delta. So I know that, like... Because I do, when I race in, like, you know, if I'm racing competitively in Gran Turismo or something, like, trying to get top 100 in the world, so I'm racing at quite a high level, I know that even if I shift gear, because I'm never really thinking too much about shifting gear, like, it's not something I'm often, like, you know, really tuned into. It's just I shift gear when I know I've got to shift gear. There's so much variance in my delta when I hit the gear shift. There'll be so much variance against my previous best time, like of hundredths of a second. So hitting the gear shift at a slightly earlier or later time made the difference there between them. Although in the end it didn't, because they both did fast times. No one will ever remember that. Which drivers did you ask? Ask Lucas Degrassi, ask Sebastian Buemi. I've also interviewed Nick DeVries here. Dan Tickton, who got pole this year. Taylor Barnard, who got pole last year. Sebastian Buemi's won here. Is qualifying finished? Yes, it is. We're just chatting now. We're just chatting. But yeah, everyone, I'm going to end the stream there then, and I'll be back tomorrow. No worries, chat. I'll be back tomorrow, so that stream will show up. Hopefully, at the end, it will redirect you there. If you want to leave a live comment, I'll release some stuff on Formula Fan TV this afternoon to time with Monaco. Maybe some clips and stuff like that. Maybe my grid walk. I've done a grid walk of Monaco as well, so I'll release that. I'll try and post about it on the main channel. And yeah, thanks for joining. It's been a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. So we'll be back tomorrow. I'll see you then.